EIU head coach Chris Wilkerson, the team coming off a 24-14 victory over Dayton at home last week. This week they'll be at longtime rival Indiana State on Saturday afternoon, 12 Central, ESPN Plus. Coach, thoughts on your team, and then we'll go to some questions.
Yeah, thanks, Kyle, for having us. I was really, really pleased and proud of the guys' effort, the players and coaches. So many new faces. We talked about it last week, 53 guys, their first fall at Eastern Illinois. And, when the dust settled, we had 19 guys out of 24, if you count the kicker and punter, that started their first EIU football game. So an awful lot of new faces. Certainly started a little bit slow, had some communication problems and made some adjustments, but I was really proud of the way they maintained their poise. It was a great atmosphere for the game. A lot of excitement around in town and certainly in the stadium. And I was really proud of the way that we finished the football game. Certainly some things that we've got to clean up. I mean, we can't lose the turnover battle. We lost the turnover battle 3-1, and we had 5 penalties. Some things that we've got to continue to clean up. But it's a great, great opportunity to improve this week. And historically, your football teams annually will improve. They'll see their greatest improvement from week 1 to week 2. And so we need to improve this week and we need to grow a ton. And obviously, like you said, hey, it's a great opportunity for us. Our regional rival border war against Indiana State, very well coached football team, Missouri Valley Conference against the OVC. So excited about the opportunity and just looking forward to putting in a great week of work and continuing to improve.
Thanks, Coach. We'll go to some questions. I know Barry is with us. I will let him ask all of his questions first. Go ahead, Barry.
Hi, Coach. I'm curious, being able to work through those rough spots Thursday and come out with a win, how important was that for your guys?
It was real important. And, I've talked since the beginning of the fall camp how much we've stressed chemistry. And we've said that talent does matter and you have to have talent to be able to compete at a high level. But culture and chemistry do matter. And our players showed great poise and they continued to maintain their poise. They were bought in with the plan. They knew that we had some opportunities and we just didn't execute in the first half, but that we needed to stick with the plan. And that was to still try to make sure that we won on the line of scrimmage and try to ultimately at the end of the game wear down our opponent. And they did a really, really good job buying in. There was no panic. Nobody complained about the amount of repetition. Nobody complained about the scheme. Nobody complained about their touches. In the end, they just maintained their focus on trying to do their job and do their 111th. So real proud of the way that everybody approached it.
I know you talked a little about the passing game on Thursday. Where do you feel like you guys can get better from week 1 to week 2 in the passing game?
Oh, a ton. Again, I know Cole hadn't played in a game, since high school in 2022. And certainly he showed some flashes of his athleticism and some flashes of his ability to throw the football. Like I said, he's a very, very capable passer, but he's just going to need more reps. And the more that he gets comfortable with our system and the surrounding cast of characters, the more efficient he'll become at throwing the football as well. The outside guys, D'Arius and Cooper did a really good job. Again, buying in, and it might have been a little frustrating early, but they maintained their poise and certainly their opportunities did present themselves. And when they did present themselves, they made the most of it. So I'm looking forward to watching that group continue to progress as we move forward this weekend.
Health-wise, did you come out of Thursday okay?
We did. We didn't lose anybody, and we actually gained a guy or two that will be back this weekend. So really excited about that. Our strength conditioning coaches have really done a nice job in our preparation, and our athletic training staff has done a great job trying to make sure that we can get some guys back that might be banged up as soon as possible.
And I assume Pan is one of those coming back this weekend. Can you share the other guys?
So Pan certainly did play in the game and played a tremendous amount of snaps. He played about 60 snaps on the offensive line.
Okay.
We'll also see another offensive lineman that will return to the lineup this week, and hopefully another wide receiver or two.
Okay. I wanted to ask you, as the 12-game schedules become more prevalent, what's the value for programs like yours of having a regional rival like Indiana State?
Oh, it's great. It's great for the game. It's great for both schools. Again, it's just 45 miles, just under an hour over to Terre Haute. Players know each other. They have a ton of Illinois players on their roster. We've got some Indiana guys on our roster. Coach Mallory has done a phenomenal job assembling a great group of talented football players and certainly replenishing his coaching staff. They've added 3 new coordinators. Guys are seasoned veteran football coaches. They're very, very well coached. and they've got an awful lot of talent. And I know they're 1-0 as well. So there's only 40 FCS teams right now that are 1-0 or that are undefeated still after the first week. And, this is a chance for two of them to play against each other on Saturday.
I wanted to ask you a little bit about, your D-line rotation. Obviously, that has been really bolstered. Samuel Robles had a big sack in the second half for you. Can you discuss your pass rush and your D-line rotation and the strengths of that on Thursday as you looked back at the film?
Yeah. Again, we've got, we would consider there's 8 guys at a minimum that we would rotate through right now. And it really gets as deep as 10 to 12. Again, Sam did a phenomenal job. He's shown great explosiveness and twitch and violence against the run. But at the end of the game, he really showed what probably his number one strength is, and that's being able to rush the passer. Now, as a defense, you have to earn that right. You got to be able to stop the run so that you can rush the passer, and you need to play with the lead to really be able to pin your ears back. But he did a great job on one of the edges. Drake Van Hefty did a great job on one of the edges. As a defense, we only played 50 snaps, so we had 8 tackles for loss. So that's a high percentage of minus yardage plays. Inside, certainly, we're starting with James Collins and Alton Jefferson, but there are a number of guys playing in there. Trayvon Piggy Blake. We're rotating guys through as much as possible. Kifa Pereira is another guy that's playing inside for us. And then we're rotating guys on the edges. So the biggest thing is to continue to provide fresh bodies and let the guys play as hard as they can 5 seconds at a time. And if they get gassed out, hey, go and get a drink and get a rest and then come back in there. But if we can maintain possession of the football like we did offensively, that certainly helps them. They only had to play 50 snaps and we only had to play on defense for 20 minutes.
Great, Coach. Thank you for your time, and see you Saturday.
Thanks a million.
And Barry sort of asked that question about improving in the passing game, but if you ran for 336 yards every game, I'm sure you would like that. But do you need more balance to be successful, I guess is the way to phrase it?
Well, again, for us, it's really about still trying to take what they give you. And if they're going to give you an even fight in the box, in some of the RPOs, the guys want to play slow to the box, then yeah, you're going to end up handing the football off. And certainly there were a few more runs because our quarterback did pull the ball down and make some plays off schedule. But the bottom line is we just got to do what we need to do to score points and try to take care of the football. And most importantly, this week, we've got to improve.
And just maybe a little bit more Indiana State. They played McKendree and what you saw from their performance and are they different than what they have done before from when you've?
Yeah, so very good football team. Again, typical Missouri Valley physical football team. The defense, new defensive coordinator. They still look very, very similar, big and physical up front. Their linebackers are very active and tackle very well, athletic in the back end. A lot of ball disruption. They had a ton of takeaways in the first game, and certainly we turned the ball over. So we got to do a really good job taking care of the football. Offensively, again, new coordinator. Quarterback is phenomenal. Elijah Owens, he's an athlete. He can make every throw. He can extend plays. He's just phenomenal. They're starting tailback. They've got 2 of them that are really, really good, but Plez Lawrence leads FCS in all-purpose yards after having 220 all-purpose yards in the first game. Great wide receiver core led by Rashad Rochelle, transfer from Rutgers. Great athlete, great kick returner and punt returner. Tight ends are big and physical, and their offensive line has been retooled. They've got some great size. They added some kids that we actually recruited in the process, some 4-year transfers and junior college transfers to some guys that they've developed. So we're going to have our hands full. Their kicking game is outstanding. Kicker and punter are both really, really phenomenal. And again, the return guy really, really makes them go. So we got to play well, and just starts with putting in our preparation.
Coach, appreciate your time as always. Best of luck on Saturday. We'll talk to you again next week.
Thanks a million. Go Panthers.